Okay, so what's going on, y'all? So, first thing I want to address uh, is hello, Mexicans. Hello, Native American folk. Hello, gay folk, white folk, black folk. Hey, tall people. Hey, short people. Hey, fat people. Hey, skinny people. Hey, transgender folk. Hey, Africans. You know, uh, all of y'all are welcome here, man. There ain't no one particular group of folk that ain't welcome here. You're in the right place. If you are watching this right now, you are in the right place. I woke up this morning and checked my comments on my videos, and there was one particular idiot who, see, bigotry and racism and dumb shit gets on my nerve. Now you can't imagine what it is to be in my shoes. A lot of white folk, a lot of people, a lot of people try to understand what it must be like to be black, but y'all y'all would never be able to understand what it's like to be black. So I will never understand what it's like to be Mexican or Native American, or well, Native American kind of, but and I only say that because I have family. I'm related. I'm related. It is what it is. But I would never understand what it's like to be Asian or, white. Even though I'm a little lighter, I can pass for white. No question about it. Just get rid of this and grow my hair out. I'll pass for white. But I'll never understand what it's like to be white. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not. I'm black. And I don't discriminate against any group of folk. Yeah, there's Mexicans crossing the border. We ain't got to worry about them. They're not the problem. We have this idiot in office. That's the problem. But I won't get into politics. This morning I woke up and I looked in my comments and there was somebody, Trump supporter, going off about how we need to close the borders and all of this other stuff, because there's too many Mexicans here and that's why things has gone to crap. All because of a comment that I said. This used to be, I was talking about the FedEx field and what used to be there, and anyway, it really got under my skin. And first let me say, I've never had a Mexican do me wrong. Never. Mexican ain't never pulled me over. Mexican never gave me a ticket. And Mexican never beat me up. If anything, a Mexican stopped to help me when I needed help. A Mexican helped me get things together. He's never bothered me. The brown man, the red man, they've never bothered me. Native Americans, they've never bothered me. They've never done nothing wrong to me. So I have nothing bad to say about them. In fact, I will stand with them. I will stand next to them. I will stand next to you, period. Period. Whether you are Mexican or Indian or gay or straight or whatever you want to be, I'll be there for you, because that's the type of person I am. I'm not homophobic. I'm not Mexicanophobic. I'm not red manophobic. So if you are, you on the wrong goddamn channel is what I'm saying, basically. Because I don't celebrate bigotry in any form or any kind of way, man. I know what it's like to be discriminated against, and them folk is coming across here trying to live a better life. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. And quite frankly, the cartels, yeah, they're bad, but I hate to say it, if you don't bother them, they probably won't bother you. just how it is. Period. And I can say that from experience. If you don't bother them, they won't bother you. That's just that. Now, given, yeah, they're crossing the border, they're illegal. Okay, so they're illegal. But if you think that we can survive a day without a Mexican, oh no, no, we can't. Because see, we built the country. And when I say we, I mean black folk. We built this motherfucker. But they keep it running. Something to think about. And if you don't think they do, I want you to go somewhere and I want you to look around at who's doing the work that nobody else wants to do. Because it ain't us. Or, actually, it is us. But it ain't the white folk. Unless it's the poor white folk. Which the poor white folk might get where I'm coming from when I say this. But then, unfortunately, some of y'all are being misled into believing bullshit, man. Some of y'all believe that black folk will just attack you out of nowhere. And we're just the most violent people. But the reality is, I don't recall just attacking a white person just because. And I don't recall being attacked by a Mexican just because. However, I've been attacked by a white person just because. Being a cop, that is. It was a cop that did it. More than one. There was a few. But with that being said, ain't no tolerance for racism or bigotry in my comments, man. If you got something fucked up to say, keep that shit to yourself. Unsubscribe, do whatever you want. You ain't hurt my goddamn feelings, none. But I ain't gonna put up with that shit. And if you gay, so be it. If you transgendered, so be it. If you Indian, if you Native American, if you African, so be it. Let's all party together, because I can tell you now, we're going to get more done together than we ever going to get done separated. If we can stick together, then we'll make it a lot further in life than if we try to stay separated like the government is basically telling us to do. They try to put the white folk against the black folk. They try to put the Mexican folk against the white folk. I mean, it's just a fucking mess. And the reality is, as long as they can keep us separated, as long as they can do that, they can control us. They put the cops against us, man. It ain't a white-black thing. That's bullshit. It's the cops against us. And even some of the cops know that. That's why some of the cops take a knee. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, I ain't want to go off on this tangent today. That wasn't my intent. Not even hardly. But somebody in the comments on the video that I made yesterday really got under my skin. I don't support Trump. Trump represents hatred. How can you support somebody, okay, who supports somebody else who is an extremist? Now, I'm not pro-black, and there's nothing wrong with being pro-black. There's nothing wrong with being pro-white. There's nothing wrong with being pro-Mexican. Nothing. You should be. At the same time, how can I put this? At the same time, just because you are pro something should not mean that you are against or not for another group of folk just because of what you heard but don't know in reality. Have you attempted to talk to one of your Mexican neighbors, if you have Mexican neighbors, which I'm guessing you probably don't, because you probably run them all away? Have you attempted that? Do you realize that they'll probably help you before they'll hurt you? Same thing with the black folk. They'll probably help you before they hurt you. Same thing with anybody. If you don't, man, there's so many things I could say about this. I have like, woo. So everybody knows I have a pretty short fuse, but it's pretty hard to get that fuse lit most of the time. Racism, bigotry, and dumb shit, ignorance, that'll get that fuse lit. And this is one of them few times where that fuse is lit. And I have so many things that I could say, but, and I don't care if I lose a few subscribers. If I lose a few, guess what? Good. Good. But there's things that I can't say on YouTube that really need to get said that some people would probably kill me over, quite frankly. But if you worried about the borders, and this is just food for thought, because a lot of you Trump supporters don't be thinking. So I'm going to help you out a little bit. We have these things in America called airports, right? And over in Mexico, they have these things called airports too. And in Mexico, they have these things called airplanes, right? And these people, right, they get on these airplanes and they take off from the airport and they come over to America and they land at an airport. Can you believe that shit? And then they get off the plane and then they're here. Can you believe that? No, they don't have to cross at the damn border. Stupid ass motherfuckers. Dumb shit. Most illegal people in this country are not Mexican, or not just Mexican. Most illegal people in this country are Canadian, the European. They're from a lot of different countries. And a lot of the illegals in this country look just like you and look just like me. And you don't know that they're illegal because they fit in because they're white. Or maybe they're not white. Maybe they're black. But see, all of y'all group black folk together so you wouldn't know African from an African American because you think that, oh, well, they're just all black. I have black friends. Yeah, no, we're not. There's a difference. But whatever the case may be, like I said, you're welcome here because I don't discriminate. I don't hate people. I don't celebrate hatred. 4th of July, that was Independence Day for white folk, not for black folk. That wasn't for us. I don't celebrate 4th of July. Why don't I celebrate 4th of July? Because it's independence from Europe, not independence from here. For everyone. We were not created equal then. And to celebrate something like that, well, we were created equal. It's just the problem was y'all didn't celebrate us equally. And to celebrate something like that, no. But see, I'm sure that the person that made the comment this morning that basically Mexicans need to go back to Mexico, yeah, I'm pretty sure that they celebrate 4th of July. And you should. And you should. See, I don't believe that the statues should come down. I don't think that the statues should come down at all. I think we're going about the whole thing wrong. I think they should leave the statues up. And I think they should put statues up of Malcolm X. And I think they should put more black statues up. And maybe more Mexican representatives up of statues, you know. And that's what I think we should do, is add more statues. That's what I think. I think we're doing it all wrong. See? We should add more statues. That's what we should do. See, if their statues offend us, then will our statues offend them? It obviously does, because Oh my God, it's just so many things to be said right now, boy. Anyway, I just wanted to say that if you found my channel, if you are here for whatever reason, whether it be for the nomadic perspective of it, or if it's for the mechanical perspective of it, or if it's for the camping perspective of it, or you want to learn something, or you want to hear something, or you want to see something crazy happen, if you reach my channel, you have reached the right place at the right time, as long as you're the right person, man. And I don't discriminate, so if you here, you probably shouldn't discriminate either. Or at least, if you're going to discriminate, at least know you have a problem enough not to put it in my comments. Because I don't take too well to it. And quite frankly, it's very hard for me to refrain from cussing people out who do stupid shit. I don't know if that's all I want to say about this. There's more that I really have to say. A whole lot more that I have to say. But I'm not sure. I'm going to lose some subscribers, and I don't care, man. I don't care, man. Go the fuck on. Go the fuck on. But if you want to make stupid comments and sit there and have the nerve to say that Mexicans don't do nothing for this country, Native Americans haven't done nothing for this country. First, let me inform you of something. Y'all white folk, I don't dislike white folk. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say something dumb that y'all say to us all the time. I have white folk in my family. But so the white folk brought us over here years ago. Brought black folk over here years ago. We built the country. We built this shit. The White House, we did that. You can thank us later. The streets in Washington, we did that. The streets in most cities, we did that. The buildings in most cities that are old like that, we did that. We did that. We did that. We did that. Now, in order for that stuff to still be around, you need somebody to keep it up. Well, we have since moved up in the world and we work regular jobs. Some of us are still keeping that stuff up, but the Mexicans, they do the cleaning around here. Not only do they do the cleaning, but they do the upkeep. They do the things that we don't want to do. And the funny thing is, you got America, then you got South America, but we don't talk about Central America. This Central America, okay? And they're just as American as we are, whether you like it or not. They ain't Canadians. No, that's a whole nother situation. No, they're not from overseas and, Central America. So when you say the word America, you keep in mind that there's not just a North America and there's not just a South America, there's a Central America, and that's the Mexicans. American. No matter how you slice it, American. And they were here before us, and they're probably going to be here after us, because right now we're sitting here trying to do things to ourselves on account of people who are being misled by this idiot in office, Agent Orange. And the likeliness that we're going to be here in another 20 years is not likely the way things are going unless there's a change. That's just that for that. We are going to extinct ourselves. Anyway, man, I got to go to the bathroom. Y'all, man, I love people. I don't like them. No, I don't like people, but I love people. And that's whether you're racist, whether you hate me, whether you love me, whether you don't like me, whatever the case may be, I love you. So if you reach me, you reach the right place. But keep that bigotry bullshit to yourself. And I'll talk to y'all later.